Welcome back. If you are just joining, it's Trending O'Clock, and you know how we do it right here on Trending. We'll talk about all the trending gist on the internet, and of course, give our opinions about them. I am Mercy Erabo, and you know, once it's trending, I can never be alone. So joining us today on Trending is Mr. Michael Gubadia. Thank you, Mr. Michael, for always joining us on Trending.
Well, anyway, the story is always interesting and, well, a beautiful anchor.
And are you sure you're ready for today's one?
Well, I do know there will be a lot of stories to talk about.
Yeah. So our top story today has left many broken and searching for answers to some unanswered questions. Police in Texas has arrested a 36-year-old US-based Nigerian woman named Gbemisola Akayinode for the tragic death of her 9-year-old daughter, Oluwasikemi Akayinode. According to reports, on July 1st, 2025, Gbemisola left her daughter unattended inside a parked car for more than 8 hours from around 5:45 a.m. to 1:53 p.m. on a scorching 99-degree day in Texas. According to reports, she parked before starting her shift at a manufacturing plant and left the little girl inside with food, water, and a fan, but never checked on her throughout the day. Sadly, by the time the child was found, it was too late. An autopsy later confirmed the death as hypothermia, death from extreme heat, and ruled it as a homicide. A police record also revealed that this was not the first time Akayinode had left her daughter unattended in a vehicle. She was arrested last Friday after the autopsy results confirmed the cause of the death. And this is really heartbreaking. And I don't really know how to tag this. I see it as pure negligence from the part of the mother. Mr. Michael, what do you think?
You know, I feel it's pure foolishness and inability to understand some basics. You know, I do understand Nigerian mothers. They are very protective.
Yeah.
But not to that extent. And she should have known best or better that, yeah, come on, the heat will definitely kill the child. Why not even roll, if you really want to protect the child, why not roll it to a certain extent that will still allow breeze or air to come into the vehicle? Because, you know, at the end you protected her, but at least you've lost her. So it's like you said, it's negligence, but more of foolishness and not knowing the basics. Come on, that's quite sad.
Fun. And then, you know, abroad, when it comes to nanny and all of that, leaving a personal aid to take care of a child is very expensive. I know she was trying to fight all of those costs and
a little, let air come in. The child was suffocated.
I don't know, but it's really sad. It's really heartbreaking. And this case is a painful reminder that we shouldn't leave children alone by themselves, even for a few minutes. Like, you need to always go check them, because most times once they are quiet like that, they could be harming or hurting themselves. You need to always go check up on your child. Well, this is a developing story, and you need to stay tuned to get more updates of the story. So our second story is a very shocking one, coming straight from Delta State, one that has left many Nigerians speechless. Even myself, when I saw it, I was speechless. The Delta State Police Command has arrested 4 suspected occultists for the initiation of a toddler. Yeah, you heard me right, a toddler. According to police reports, the suspects were apprehended after a disturbing video surfaced online showing the initiation process with this very toddler. Let's see the footage.
Okay. With the bottle of frog. Around, man! With the bottle of frog. Oh, my God, I'm going to be the young ones are born to be grown. I don't get me. Lord! On the idea, I see the younger ones are bound to grow. Arame Deseso. Arame Deseso. Come on there. Come on there. Arame Deseso. Deseso. Bimbi, I too again. I'm coming with you. Bimbi.
As at the time of this report, the 4 suspects are still in custody as police work to uncover every details of this. And this is where I get to ask, what exactly is the world turning into? Thinking that the father gave his full support to all of this, Mr. Michael.
Well, anyway, it's, the stories today have really shown how foolish some parents have become.
They're not worth having a child.
Was foolish, but this was something that blew my mind. And honestly, it's really pathetic to see a father do his very son that. But it goes to show you how really foolish they are. To further enthrone their foolishness, they had to even video their faces, thinking they were doing the right thing. But I do know as we speak, they're in the cell rethinking what they did and trying to say, oh, how foolish have I become?
Like, I thought call season before, you need to give your consent and all of that. You should be the one to go, that you want to be part of it, not initiating somebody that doesn't even know his left from his right. Like, this video is very disturbing, it's heartbreaking. I don't know what to say. And to think that the father was just there looking at all of this. Some persons do not even want having a child. I don't know. And then there are some persons, they're praying to God every day to have a child and they've not gotten. But somebody here is having one, and just look at all of this. Anyways, this is also a developing story. And once I get more updates, I'll definitely bring them to you. So our third story, this one is a very interesting one. A Nigerian man took to his social media account to share how his cousin lost her marriage and also future suitors because she decided not to forgive her cheating husband. Let's see the clip. My cousin ended her 5-year marriage the day she found out her husband cheated. We all begged her to think twice, to calm down before walking away, but she was done. She packed her things, took her 2 kids and left. For a year, the man went from one relative to another begging for forgiveness. He apologized, promised to change, did everything a repentant man would do. But she stood firm. I deserve better, she said. She got her own place started afresh and later met a married man who treated her well. For a while, it looked like she had found peace until his wife showed up one morning and scattered everything. The man disappeared and she was left humiliated. Not long after, another man came along. He stayed just 2 months before running off when money became an issue. No message, no explanation. Then came an Alhaji who promised the marriage, but only if she sent her sons back to their father. He said he could not raise another man's children. She ended it right there. 3 years later, she woke up one morning, asked herself, what if I go back? The man still loved her, the kids missed him, and maybe time had softened her heart. So she went to his house early that morning, ready to reconcile, but a pregnant woman opened the door. Her ex-husband had moved on. It has been over 10 years now. The woman who once turned heads no longer does. The suitor stopped coming. Her kids are back with the father cared by their stepmother who now has 2 of her own. Life does not always give a second chance. Sometimes pride makes what pain never could. This is interesting at the same time, a heartbreaking one, a sad one. And then I just get to ask, should a cheating be a forgivable offense, Mr. Michael?
Well, yes, it should. And that's for the men's side. You know, I always come for the men's side.
Okay.
And let's don't put me on the spotlight for now. But the question I'm going to what I would rather say is, this is also for the women that seeks women liberty and freedom. Please do not always seek that. Think of the children involved. Yes, she might have been turning heads 10 years ago, but now and not only that, things have changed. Yes, there's every reason for you to feel offended. It's good to feel offended, but when he comes begging on his knees, that's an opportunity for you to hold him accountable and see how you can further the marriage and indeed the relationship. But when you stick on your high horses and claim, no, it's not going to be that, it baffles me when women fail or leave their marriage on account of cheating and end up making another married man cheat with them. It's really funny. It's more like hypocrisy and more like double standard. But this is a clear reality of why we seem to be having high single mothers outside, because they first claim of being cheated upon but end up making other married men cheat on their wives. So please, women should have a routine, just like the men too. If you have a decent wife, I wonder what, even decent or not, I wonder what will make you go and cheat. There are a whole lot of problems out there. Some women will scam you with crypto pregnancy, some will even give you diseases and all of that. Why fall on account of that? Please remain with your wife on account of nothing but your children. That's so important.
Okay, so when I asked this question, I said, should cheating be a forgivable offense? Maybe I should rephrase. When a woman cheats,
okay. Now better
should the man forgive her and continue with the marriage?
Well, in our own society, it's quite difficult. And there are many societies also, especially within the Niger Delta, seems to hold that. And well, we are not here to change our culture or tradition. We are here to flow according. But I don't want you to also change the narrative of that story.
No, because people want women to forgive cheating, not knowing all of the emotional trauma, the stress, and everything that the women face with all of these things. But you want the women to forgive and just move on. And then when it comes to the woman cheating, the man can't just forgive. Let's forgive, let's do it for the kids and all of that. The men would not. Forget about the culture and some other part, because not all cultures have that. Well, some cultures that do not, even when the women cheat, they feel, no, I can never trust her again. But once the man cheats, they want you to forgive and then trust the man again. Why is it like that?
Okay, well, why it's like that is, the honest truth is, our fathers and grandfathers were married to more than one woman before. Now we are married to one. And the issue of men having other women will always crop up. If you lose your marriage on account of cheating, a woman loses her marriage on account of cheating, that means she's not ready to sit. That's the honest truth. If her mother could accommodate being a first, second, or third wife, then you are now the only wife, the only surviving wife, and the only would-be wife. But the man having a side affair outside and you feel you hold on that ground to end the marriage, then the woman should have a rethink. Or 10 years after, we'll still be saying this story.
I don't know what to say. I don't know why everything tends to favor the male. Yes, everything tries to favor the male.
Because we remarry.
Because
but the
women, once a woman marries more than one husband, it becomes a headline. No, breaking news.
It becomes a part of Guinness World Record.
It becomes breaking news. But once the man marries multiple wives, no issues. Once the man decides, no, I just want to have one wife, but I want to have extramarital affairs, it's nothing. But once the woman does, that's an issue. Well, as we all know, the culture and everything favors the men. So women, try to forgive your husbands once they cheat. And men, I don't know, should they ask the women to go?
No. We'll just plead with the men. Guys, calm down. Calm down. Please be responsible and also faithful to your wives. That's what I'll plead with the men.
Okay, coming from Mr. Michael.
Do not lose your marriage on account of that. The children are more important than that stupid side chick your husband cheated on you with. So come on, your children comes first.
Well, away from that, so now imagine being diagnosed of cancer after all the trauma, the serious treatment and everything, and then you later find out that it was just a misdiagnosis. Well, that is what this lady here is faced with. Let's see the footage.
This was how I was wrongly diagnosed of cancer. Stage 3 cancer, stage 3. Look at my hair. Look at my head. It's not even grown yet. It's not growing. Look at this head. I didn't dye it at all. This was from a reputable Nigerian hospital. I have filed my lawsuits. I've sued them. I will give you guys details of everything that has happened so far. It's crazy that a doctor will do this to me. A doctor will do this to me. They damaged me, they finished me. Just this one now. I didn't dye this hair. This is just see my scalp is even burnt already. So this is what Nigerian hospital can do to you. I will drag them. I'm waiting for the court hearing. They are saying we should settle out of court, but I don't even want to settle out of court. I want us to go to court. Do you understand? So I'm going to be dropping every story.
This woman is demanding for justice. She doesn't even need compensation. She needs justice and calling for accountability and better medical verification before life-changing diagnoses are given. And then I ask, what exactly is our health sector turning into? And now I don't blame people that try to leave the country once they have issues because of all of these things. Imagine having to go through all of that, sleepless nights and all of that, doing fasting and prayer, God, please, I need you to heal me. And then the harsh treatment of chemotherapy and everything, only to find out that it was just misdiagnosis. Interesting. Mr. Michael, if this had happened to you, what would you do?
Well, God forbid. But the honest truth is, it's really a representation of how things have really degenerated in Nigeria. You know, when we have a well-reputable hospital and doctor give a false diagnosis, it shows you that, well, indeed, everything seems to have gone wrong on account of what we do here. Well, she's just complaining about this. We've seen cases whereby they won't tell you that it's appendix when it's not appendix. They'll go and remove it.
Surgery
They
and
will
all of
do
that.
just on an account of getting money. They know what's worrying you. They know what they are diagnosing for, but they'll tell you to go and do further tests in their own perceived friends' laboratory or their own laboratory. You go to government facilities and they'll direct you to their personal hospital. It goes to show you the rot, decay, and fraud embedded not only in our health care or in our health institution, but cut across all very major sectors of this country. It is depressing, it is annoying, and I will employ the woman to seek justice to the very end. And at the end, let them name that very hospital so persons do not fall prey to such antics of these quack and ill-mannered hospitals and professionals.
Anyways, I know Mr. Michael is hot right
No,
now.
it's really painful.
hot.
Think of the pain she might have gone through all these 3 months. Chemotherapy, it's a very serious and
harsh
energy-sapping process that anybody would never imagine to go through. And not just going through to save your life, but going through for nothing.
For nothing. Well, this has really sparked a conversations online about importance of second opinions. When you're being diagnosed of something, I think it's best to double check. Go to other hospitals, go to reputable hospitals. Don't go to far.
Maybe she was just carried away with how the high level of the hospital, how reputable the hospital is, and that's why she did not have a thought of a second test.
Opinion.
Yes, opinion.
Yeah.
So that's just the problem.
So I feel right now we should just know these things. Once you're being diagnosed of a serious life-threatening cases like this, try as much as possible to get second opinions. Try to double check. You need to be sure you do not want to go through the same thing, all of this psychological trauma, emotional trauma that this very lady is going through right now. And I hope she gets all the justice that she wants. So away from that, today has been so serious. And if you know me well, you know I do not like serious things like that. So I decided to shift this in for the laughs. Yes, a netizen has made a bold and controversial statement about heaven and hell. In a viral post, the user asked God to send sinners to heaven as slaves for the righteous instead of allowing them to go to hell. As you can see, by the way, instead of burning us in hell, why can't God use us as slaves in heaven, like we fetch water for the righteous? Interesting, you read that right? Anyway, so we were able to gather lots of comments because trust netizens, they won't take this funny at all. Some persons were coming for the girl and all of that. Let's see some of the reactions. Which one is us again? Let's see how persons sit down, analyze and conclude that she is going to hell. Even get the mind to add others. God, I beg, oh, please, I'm not part of that. God knows what he is doing, because if not for that hell and fear of God, where some of us get, we for don't also join the other side to get rich. Please don't join the other side. She don't already decide where she dey go. No cap. Me when one go heaven like this, come they sing hallelujah chorus. Omo, I not go suffer for this earth, still come suffer for heaven. God forbid. Interesting comments. Low key, everybody know him fate. That's the truth. Even if you come here to drop comments, but you know where you're going to, right? Let's see if we have more. Yeah, I first think say na only me when hunger they give rugged inspiration like this. Yes, because you just get to wonder where did she get all of this inspiration from? Just thinking aloud and all of that. I don't see my comrades. Interesting. This one don't even they sure of her destination. Highness, they open mind and thoughts, Sha. Why the us? Abi, you think now everybody believe in heaven? Okay, this one doesn't believe in heaven or hell. Madam, speak for yourself. Which one is us? Like, that's the thing. You said us. Body go gist you. Meanwhile, now forever things. Let's see. I think we still have more reactions. No be lie, make we do house helps and gatesman for them. Please don't add mercy to it. I'm going straight to heaven. Ha, God and devil, they do trade by barter with heaven and hell with our brains. I don't know what this is talking about. She don't already decide where she they go. The water in heaven now automatic, so prepare for your hell. No fetching of water in heaven. Even if na gatesman I be for heaven self, I go like him. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. You and who be us? Mr. Michael, and I just wonder, where exactly do people get all of these inspirations for? You just go to social
that's
media.
why I feel the NDLA should do more to deal with the issue of drugs and ensure that most of these people do not get too high and start, the inspiration should come for other better things and not indeed throwing or bargaining with God on where you want to decide to go. Please, I will inform you, the gates of heaven do not have gatesmen. Even if they do, it is angels, and they will not incorporate you into gatesmen there. Neither do they have slaves. God do not believe in that. He believes in our own free will. And in heaven, we are free to worship and honor him. So, my dear, rather than you thinking of being gatesman, will you be gatesman here on earth and be gatesman in hell or in heaven? Come on. Try and be something good and seek and push for heaven, and you'll be surprised. The angels will be waiting for you.
Well, I love that comment that said, I cannot suffer here on earth and
go
still go
suffer.
to heaven and suffer. No.
Or be a slave,
So we need to
made
make
here
our
and continue
path
and be
straight.
made there. Come
Exactly. We need to make our path straight so that you don't suffer here and suffer there. Suffer here, go there and enjoy. Yeah. So I would say heaven isn't a place of hierarchy or servitude, and salvation is through grace, not ranking. So there's no ranking in heaven. There's no oga, there's no slave, there's no houseboy, there's no gatesman, and all of that do not happen in heaven. Well, I think we really need to wrap up now on trending because, time is really not on our side. But I had an amazing time here on trending today. Mr. Michael, thanks to you.
It's always amazing, especially joining you on trending. It's always, the stories are always inspiring and quite different from the seriousness we tend to hold from the morning.
Exactly.
And that's why we always love to trend. But for me, Michael Gobadia, I'll just tell you to have a blessed midweek. And most certainly, Viewpoint will always make a return. Come tomorrow morning. That for sure.
Yeah, you do not want to miss tomorrow's edition of Trending, and you do not want to miss tomorrow's edition of Viewpoints. Well, this is where I have to tell you, see you for another great edition of Viewpoints. Same time tomorrow. I am Mercy Erabo. Have a nice day.